And so chapter 3 is called the Columbo tactic. And so this is the first tactic. He calls it the queen mother of all tactics because it's so flexible and adaptable. It's easily combined with other tactics that we'll learn later, and it's simply called Columbo. And so we'll provide a clip here of who Columbo is. Obviously, detective, old detective show, post black and white even, by Peter Falk. And he has this kind of way of asking questions. So that's what
Yeah, so the Columbo tactic, right? So what is the key to the Columbo tactic? Well, it says it's going, it's going on the offensive, right? In an inoffensive way by using carefully selected questions to productively advance the conversation, right? So there's really kind of a couple of ways to do apologetics, right? You can have defensive apologetics where you're kind of defending the truth, you're defending the scriptures, you're defending what you believe and that sort of thing, right? And then there's also offensive, not being offensive, but offensive apologetics, right? Where you are on the offense, right? And you are taking the lead with regard to the questions and the issues that are being discussed, right? And so that's what he wants us to see here, that this is an offensive approach and not a defensive approach, and not and we're not being offensive to someone, right?
Even if we are asking questions, we're doing it for a purpose. There's a reason for the madness.
Right. Good. And so he wants us to ask questions. He wants us to ask questions to get the person to think. In fact, he says, never make a statement, at least at first, when a question will do the job. Right?
Yeah. Right. If you want to get into it, that's great. Your friends on the bus, and you can launch into, well, here's all the reasons why infallibility must be true. Let's pull out the Chicago statement. Let's go over this one by one and get through as many as it before we have to get off the bus. But those questions do a good job, because even if you move off that path of conversation, those questions will still need to be answered by that person. Those are really
remember his goal, the stone, the rock, and the shoe. Right. That's his goal. And so if you start asking questions like this, you're more likely to get a rock and a shoe, right? And get them thinking about these issues, right?